We believe him to be around 7 years old, this coloured cob. Nice cob he is, a good sensible horse. He's learnt his job well. This is his first time down in heavy traffic. So we're going round and roundabout. Today a lot of people are frightened of going on them, from what I understand. But if you just, you know, exactly like a motor car, you take the same position as you would in a motor car, there's no difference to the horse, you know. What you have got to do, I suppose, with these lights on these roundabouts, you've got to judge it a little bit better. So if they're green, you might want to just, if they've been green for a while, ease back a bit so that you don't impede the flow of traffic, you know, because it goes to amber and then red. So, and your horse is not as fast as a motor car, obviously. But he's coming up here nice. He's dealing very nice with the road markings, you know, the arrows on the road, etc. Chevrons, that type of thing. So he's dealing real good with that. So yeah, he's going really nice. Nice natured horse. And he's, you know, he's done a few miles now coming down, but we've not pushed him on. We've just let him come down quietly, a lot of walking, a lot of just jig-jogging along. So he's nice and fresh when he's in the traffic. And we want to come back over here to go round the roundabout, come back over here onto the inside lane. And we're coming right across the lanes now just to show you that he'll go across over all these numbers and arrows and that. You know, some horses will shy away from them. Once they're used to it and done it a couple of times, they're no problem. And he's standing nice, you know. Okay, so we're going to come off the roundabout now, and then we've got some little roundabouts. We're going to deal with them. We're going to come back down. Horses today have got to be able to deal with the, you know, the traffic on the road. Now, people say to me all the time, it's no worse than it was. In fact, it's a lot easier now than it was back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, because there was very few cars. So when they saw one, it was a startling thing. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like a racing car coming around here making a terrible noise, you know, that they've never seen before. So that would be a lot harder to deal with. But he's dealing, you know, very well with this, and they will do as long as you do it right. You know, you take them up nice and steady, get them up to the right, you know, the right peak of fitness, so that when they come down to town, for us, because we're like 5 miles away from town, so we want him to be fit when he's down here, you know, not tired. That's no good. So we walk, take it steady coming down, so that when he's here he's nice and fresh and he can get all the way around town and back home again. There's no point in him coming down if he's tired. That doesn't prove anything. He's got to come down here reasonably fresh with his job. So he's going nice. This is a surprising hill. This is, you know, takes a bit of climbing, but he'll keep in that collar and just go with the job when he's told. So that's nice. He's only got a light 4-wheeler behind him, you know, nothing that he can't manage, and it's just the 2 of us on it. I say Ree's driving. I've been allowed to hold the camera. I've been told to keep the camera very still, you understand. So they're going up here just nice, that's lovely. So what he's doing, this horse at the moment, is a horse has never and will never pull a cart. Unless you tie it on his tail, then he'd pull it. What a horse does is push his body weight forward onto the collar, which in turn pulls the cart. Because if he was using, you know, if he was pulling the cart now, he'd be using his limbs. You know, he'd be using his legs to pull it, using his leg muscles. So what he's doing is laying his body weight on, and the way he come up that hill was just lovely. So he was just coming up at the right, you know, the right amount of pressure on there to keep a steady speed all the way up the hill. Absolutely lovely. We're coming up to the next roundabout now. And Ree will take it round this one, coming over now. On our latest carriages, we've got indicators, stop lights, hazard warning lights, you know, and obviously side lights on the new ones that are coming. So So he's dealing with this just lovely. So he's going with the flow of the traffic. We haven't held anything up at all. We've got no cars behind us, maybe one, but they're just going where we're going. So,
come on, baby.
Nothing much to say really, it's really good. So, you know, all in all, that's lovely. That's the type of thing, you can deal with it quite happily. He's only got a rubber bit in his mouth, but then we only drive any horse in a rubber bit, regardless whether it's stallion, mares, colts, whatever, they're all driven in a rubber bit. Because if they'll listen to a rubber bit, they must be listening to you rather than the curb chain and the pressure on its mouth, which, make no mistake, it hurts. People like to say they yield to the pressure. The pressure hurts. That's what it does, regardless of how you want to dress it up. And a rubber bit is much, much softer. You know, I would say 10 times softer, you know, than a metal bit. You know, Ree's not applying a lot of pressure. You can see just jogging along there with the rein slack. Another thing that said you must have contact with your horse at all time. Well, we have contact with them at all time, but it's a light contact. It doesn't have to be a severe hard contact with curb chains, Liverpools, military reversibles, butterflies, whatever it may be. If the horse is trained properly and broke properly, and the person's got the, you know, is a reasonable driver, then there's not a problem. And it's not only me that drives these horses, you know, I've had several people work alongside me. I've got Ree now, she's doing extremely well. She's driving the horse, I'm not. I'm controlling it perfectly well in a town situation. And the horse, as of 6 weeks ago, had never been driven. So 5 weeks ago actually, or whatever it is. It's not 6 weeks yet, it's got another week I think to do, or a week or more. So, going really nice, he's happy, he's confident. Lovely free moving horse he is. You know, if you see him, we'll have a picture of him from the side on one of these films, and you see a lovely free moving joints he's got. You know, lovely horse. The car's coming up the inside now as we come to the lights, no problem at all. And nice, you know, obedient, does everything you asked him to do. I mean, what more can you ask of a horse? You just stand here now, car by the side of him, and away we go. And there's a lot of road markings on a roundabout. They've got to cross these broken white lines. You've got chevrons, you've got the numbers of the roads on, arrows indicating where to go. So it's a big old thing, yeah. So there's no reason at all why a horse shouldn't be, you know, amongst traffic as long as it's trained properly. There's no, you know, people say, oh, my horse won't this and won't do that. It's not trained properly. You know, if it won't do something, you've got to teach it to do it, make it understand what you want, and you've got to give them the time to absorb it, to take it in, so that they do it with confidence. I mean, this horse would come round here now, you could slacken the reins right off. Just slacken them reins right off. Here we are in traffic, it's not speeding up at all, it's not doing anything, it's just coping exactly like up a country lane. So, you know, what more do you want than that, really? Come on.
Go on, Jakey. Go on.
Motorbike going by. We're going to be in the middle lane here. If these lights remain red, we'll have cars up both sides of us. So, a bus might be coming by us or on the inside of us, which is what we want. Might be going into Tesco's here.
Come on, Jake.
You want them to stand quiet and sensibly, you know, not be frightened by it. Here comes the bus up the inside of the horse. You can see motorbike in front. See yourself in the glass. Not bothering at all. Nice slack contact. Well, contact on the horse, but not pulling its head off. You know, because you're terrified the horse might run away. A noisy motorbike just gone up the outside and he's coping perfectly well. So that's our little trip downtown.
There's a smile on my face every time I hear that sound. The rhythm of the hooves as they touch the ground. And there's no better place I'd rather be than with my safe, confident horse. And there's no better place I'd rather be than with my safe, confident horse that's happy.